In a world of trust, love, care, understanding that should keep a friendship, an evil called envy can emanate. If it does, what will you do? How will you control it? Will it take over you? Or will you dwell in it? I am Gabriella, married to the sweetest husband, a kind hearted man, a handsome man, a rich man. When I wake up every morning and see him beside me sleeping, I smile. My heart is gladdened with joy. He is my best friend. He is all I ever asked for, all I ever want in a man. My dream come true. Felix. Felix is a well-known lawyer. He's good at his job. He gets a lot of referrals because of how good he is. This makes him a very busy man. But that's not all he does. He's also a realtor, a businessman too. I am not jobless either. I am a nurse. I still own one of the biggest malls in the city. Above all, I and Felix don't allow work interfere with the time we spend with each other. We are one big family with 3 kids, 3-year-old twin boys and a 1-year-old daughter. I have 2 best friends, Anita the calm-headed one and Choma the hot-headed one. Anita is married while Choma is not. She believes she needs to be in her 40s before she can get married, since she loves a free lifestyle. Back to my family. The trust issue me and my husband had all started on the 28th of September, the day my husband traveled to South Africa. He was to spend 2 weeks there. In nights before that day, we had our usual night talks. Felix warned me about my keeping of cliques. I mean, my best friends. He wasn't okay with that. He said, "Briella, I really don't like this your friends coming around. Also, you getting attached to them, I don't think is cool. Allow them to stay far away. Like reduce the time you spend with them. I just have a bad feeling about them." I replied, "Baby, you know I don't really keep friends. Choma and Anita are the only people I see and call my friends. If they want to be seeing me more, it's fine. You don't need to see them the way you are seeing them right now. I don't think they are bad people." Felix said, "Well, I just said I should tell you how I feel." Then he kissed me goodnight kiss and we slept off. As early as 6 a.m., Felix left for the airport. I was on leave at that time, so I spent most of my time with my friends and kids. After a week, it was Choma's birthday. She wanted a loud one. She invited all her rich friends, both the ones I knew and the ones I did not know. Choma literally bought the clothes I and Anita wore to the party. They were very expensive, cute and sexy. I was uncomfortable in it, but she convinced me that it was just for her birthday party and I should look that way for her. I left the kids with my sister-in-law, since she was around. So I drove out in my GLE, the one my husband bought for me as a gift for the last childbirth I had. When I arrived, all eyes were on me. They said I stole the show with my looks and beauty. We had fun that night. I love to dance, so I literally danced the whole night and entertained a lot of people with my dancing steps. I kept dancing till 1 a.m. when I got tired of dancing and sat on my chair. Shama came with a bottle of wine and gave me to drink. I liked the taste, but it had an aftertaste. I didn't ask Choma, "Babe, this drink is lovely, but it has an aftertaste. Hope it's the original one." Choma said, "Briella, what do you mean? These drinks were imported. This one alone cost $1,000. So I smiled. I kept drinking, and that was it. When something evil wants to happen, it just comes at the wrong time when you least expect it. The next morning, I found myself in a room, sleeping next to a stranger. He was kissing me. I could barely see his face. When I turned towards the door, I saw someone staring at me in disgust. Oh my God! It was my husband. How? My husband wasn't supposed to be back at that time. I couldn't explain how I found myself in that hotel room with a stranger. I immediately shouted, "Jesus! Baby, it's not what you think. Really, it's not." He rushed out in anger. I followed him down. I wasn't properly dressed. My dress were torn. You could see through my clothes. I was half naked. I hurriedly held his hands. "Baby, I swear it's not what you think. I don't even know how I got here." He then said, "Really? So all I've been hearing about you is true? You disgust me. If you have any shame left in you, you will go back up and cover yourself well. And listen, I don't want to see you in that house. You can go back to your parents. I wouldn't want to raise my hands on you or hurt you. Don't bother about the kids. They will be taken care of." I was speechless, confused, and dumbfounded. I didn't know what to do. I tried everything possible. I followed him, but he entered his Lamborghini Urus and drove off. I was standing there, confused. I rushed back into the room in anger and shouted at the man there, "Who the hell are you? What are you still doing here?" He then said, "Madam, you were the one that called me here. You brought me here." I got more furious. I rushed to hit him, and he immediately ran out. I was still confused. I couldn't remember a thing. I couldn't even remember that I was in a party the previous night. My memory was blank. I picked up my phone and dialed Chama's number, but it wasn't connecting. I then dialed Anita's number. It went through. I said to her, "Anita, My biggest fear has come to pass. My husband caught me in a hotel with a stranger. Babe, I don't even know who the person is. I was crying. Anita replied, Briella, calm down. How possible is this? I was looking for you at the party. After we danced, I even thought you got tired and left for home. I was confused. I asked her, what party are you talking about? She then said, Chiama's birthday party, of course. I was still confused. When she noticed something strange, she then told me she was coming to where I was in. She asked me, what's the name of the hotel you are in? I didn't know where I was. I had to go through the balcony to look out for the hotel's name, and I told her. She then said she was coming over. After 15 minutes, Anita arrived. Briella, what happened? I replied, I swear to God, Anita, I did not cheat on my husband. I really don't know how I got here. I kept crying. She hugged me and told me to stay calm. She now asked me again, did you drink something in the party? I was still confused. I replied, Anita, you keep saying party. I can't remember being in any party. What party are you talking about? I was anxious, confused. I felt miserable. Before my husband married me, he had a series of bad relationships. The first woman he married had 3 kids for him, but it turned out not to be his. He never trusted any woman till I walked into his life, and now I had betrayed him. A lot was going through my mind. I then told Anita, do you know he said I shouldn't come back home? Do you know he's angry with me? Do you know he isn't supposed to be around? Do you know I messed up? As I was talking, I collapsed. Briella, no, don't do this. Briella, no. Someone help me. Someone help, please. I was rushed to the hospital. James, pick up. Hello, James. James, Briella collapsed. I brought her to the hospital. They're trying to revive her. Please, can you come over? It was Anita speaking to her husband. James replied, babe, what is this I am hearing about her husband finding her in the arms of another man in a hotel room this morning? The news had gone round. Anita replied, you already know about this? It's fine. Just come over. I am really scared. Briella couldn't remember a thing. As I was speaking to her, she sounded lost in the conversation. After 30 minutes, James arrived at the hospital. They were standing beside me. I could hear Anita telling her husband to call Felix. James replied, I will call him, but you know he may be angry with me. When Felix, my husband, picked up the call, James told him that I was rushed to the hospital and I had collapsed. Do you know what Felix said? She can die from there for all I care. He hung up the call. I then said, was that my husband? They turned in shock. Oh, Briella, You're awake. He wants me dead, right? I was sad. I cried uncontrollably. Mr. James, Anita's husband, left both of us in the world. I could remember something now. I asked Anita, "Where is Choma? Has the party ended?" Anita replied, "Oh, Briella, it's good you can remember something now. Did you drink something in the party? Did someone spike your drink?" Anita asked me. Of course I did. Who would go to a party and not drink? But I only took a cup of wine Choma gave to me. After that, where then did I go to? This was obviously the last thing I could remember.